Welcome to a very special Christmassy Nerd on Nerd with me, Jack Kempster.
And me, Liam Underwood. And this episode, we're getting into the festive spirit we are. We're going to be talking about two Christmas classics. Now, I know what you're thinking. That seems familiar. And you're right. It's what we used to do before we changed things up a bit. It's a bit of a throwback, if you will, to like early Nerd on Nerd. Because, you know, we've missed those days, haven't we, Jack?
I mean, no, not really.
That's true. It's been nice only doing one thing every 2
Yeah,
weeks.
it's a lot less stressful.
Yeah, but you know, it's Christmas, so we thought we'd make the special effort because we want a special show. We're going to not argue. That's going to be the Christmas...
Whoa, I didn't agree to that.
Yeah, no. I thought as a special Christmas gift to our listeners, we're going to have a whole episode where we don't argue. We're just going to be full of festive cheer, and we're just going to be loving Christmas.
Okay,
so
I'll try.
Well, that's all we can ask, really. We watched Elf and, of course, Silent Night, Deadly Night. So, you know, if you weren't in the festive mood before watching those two films, you probably are now.
I think maybe one of those films is more focused at getting you in the Christmas mood than the other.
Yeah, but I would also say that one is just marginally better than the other.
Okay.
So
I'm going to pretend that it's going to definitely be the way I assume it's going to be.
That's
so
fine.
I don't get annoyed at you.
That's fine, because it's Christmas. You know, we're allowed to laugh.
What does that mean?
What?
We're allowed to laugh. Whatever. What have you been up to, Liam? Hey, everyone. It's Liam's favourite part of the show. Catching up with Jack and Liam. Hey, Liam, what have you been up to?
I've just kind of been really getting ready for Christmas, to be honest. I've watched a couple of Christmassy movies. I've done all my Christmas shopping nearly, I think. Nearly.
Oh, yeah?
I'm nearly there. Yeah, I've just been Christmasing it up, to be honest.
You put up all the decorations?
Cat did.
You got lights outside the house?
No, mate, nah. Like, here's the thing about Christmas, right? I don't really like it. But
yeah, I know.
This is like a Christmas special episode, so I kind of have to be a bit like bumming it because that's what our listeners want. So, as far as our listeners are concerned, mate, Santa Claus, he can come down my chimney every night. I don't like wrapping presents.
Okay, but why not? What do you find difficult about wrapping presents, or is it just boring?
It hurts my back.
Sorry, what?
It hurts my back.
How?
Because you're like hunched over.
Why?
Because I wrap things on the floor.
Right, well, okay. No arguments. Have you considered, Liam, doing wrapping on like a table?
Don't have one.
You don't have a table?
Nah.
Your kitchen counters?
Oh, since we've moved, they're tiny and shit, so that's not an option.
Sit on the floor, but wrap them on your bed.
No, I haven't really been allowed in the bedroom because under the bed is where Cat is storing my presents. So apart from like sleepy time, I'm not really allowed to be in the bedroom for too long.
Okay, I have a question.
Yep.
Is that the best place to store presents for someone who is also in the house and uses that room?
Probably not, but the thing is, like, she knows that I wouldn't look, even if, like, because I would be so disappointed that I've kind of ruined the surprise.
Yeah.
That, like, it wouldn't be worth it.
Yeah, but I mean, if it means that you can't go in your own room unless you have to sleep.
Yeah, I mean, you know,
I don't know, it just seems slightly odd.
Well, yeah, I live in a dictatorship.
Fair enough.
Like, she sort of rules the roost. So here's another thing. She started listening to the episodes more recently, and she was complaining, as she's known to do, that we don't speak about her enough, which I countered with a very valid point of maybe if she did more things of note, we would speak about her more.
I will let Kat in on a secret, Liam.
Yeah.
We do talk about Kat all the time, and then I have to cut it out because you're always so mean.
I'm not mean, it's Christmas. So
I just want you to get in trouble. That's
all
I want.
So, you know, wrapping presents hurts. I don't really like the weather. That's taken a turn. I got caught in the rain the other day. I came home wet and horrible.
Oh, Liam.
I don't... Okay.
The veil of positivity is slipping somewhat.
No, genuinely, I can pinpoint why Christmas irks me so. And it's because I start seeing it, like, at the start of November.
Okay, so I agree. It annoys me that Christmas starts so early.
Yeah.
But unlike you, I legitimately love Christmas. Like, it's my favourite time of year. I don't get... Because we had this conversation, not on the podcast, in real life.
Yeah.
In our real talkings.
Yeah. Real talk. When we get to the nitty gritty of things.
Yeah, exactly. The real stuff.
Yeah. We talk about
But
feelings.
you were saying... Well, not really.
Christmas feelings.
You were listing things that you didn't like about, or like that were annoying you about Christmas.
Yeah, I remember this.
And this came up, the whole like, oh, it starts so early.
Yeah.
But all the reasons that you gave me for why that then annoys you had simple solutions.
There's never a simple solution to Christmas.
I mean, there is. You got annoyed. Specifically, one of the things was Christmas music starts too early.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Just ignore it. Why are you not wearing headphones when you're out shopping? No, you don't. You don't like hearing it because you go out there, Liam, and you hear the Christmas music.
No, okay, but I like... Let me just... You jumped in before I could finish my sentence. I like being present in the world. I don't like to be... Like, if I'm out and about in the world, I don't like to be insulated and shut off from it in my own little headphone bubble. I like to be ready to react to whatever the world may throw at me. Like, oh, sexy lady walked by and she sort of looked at me. I might have missed that if I was busy, like, humming along to Papa Roach or something in my headphones. I don't know why I use Papa Roach as an example, because that is not something that I really listen to.
It's all you listen to. You're a liar, Liam.
It just
all you
jumped
listen
into
to.
my head. I guess in this
all
scenario...
the Papa Roach discography.
It might be because in this scenario, the unlikeliness of me listening to Papa Roach is matched by the unlikeliness of a sexy woman noticing me.
Fair point.
So,
But, like, okay... Because I walk around with my headphones on, like, always.
Yeah, and how many, like, women looking at you have you missed? You don't know. You don't know the answer to that.
No, but I also am aware of where... Like, I've never put on my headphones and been like, oh, I'm just going to go down the shops and get lunch. And then, like, turned up 2 hours later after getting lost and, like, ending up in side roads. Because I'm aware of the world, Liam.
Yeah, but there's a difference between being aware of the world and then being present and living in it.
I mean...
Like,
okay,
there? Yeah, so let's say, for example, you're listening to your headphones, right? You're walking along, and you walk past someone, and they sort of look up, they just glance, and they just capture a little look at your face, and they're like, oh my god, he's beautiful. And like, you've walked past them, and they've kind of had a little word at themselves, they've plucked up some Christmas courage, and they've turned around and gone, excuse me, and like, you've got your headphones on, you haven't heard this, you've just walked away. They're heartbroken now.
Wait, okay, I see what you're saying.
Yep.
But... If so, say I wanted to talk to someone. So
no, but this is them wanting to talk to you.
Yeah. But here's the thing. I'm saying this as a thing. This is what people do, Liam. This is a normal thing to do.
Oh.
So say you're walking down the street and someone like drops, let's say their wallet or an Oyster card or one of those sorts of things. Yeah. Right? They drop it.
Yeah.
They're wearing headphones.
Yeah.
You pick it up and you go, "Oh, excuse me," and they don't hear you.
Yeah.
Now, you then don't just go, "Well, I've been ignored." Chuck it in a bin. That's that over. Guess he didn't want it. You, like, tap them on the shoulder. Everyone is aware of people wearing headphones, so they know that to get their attention, you need to be more interactive.
But I'm picturing, right? So, like, in this scenario that I've presented as a totally viable thing that could happen.
Unlikely.
It's someone who's quite meek, quite shy, and they've, like I said, they had to have a little word to themselves to build up that courage. So, after that, like, initial rejection... Like, it's very different. If you'd have dropped something and they were giving it back, that's very different to someone who wanted to, like, ask you out for a drink or something. So... Okay.
Do
you see?
That's just... Alright, I do get what you're saying, Liam. I understand you. I think my issue might lie with... I'm staying calm.
Yeah.
I'm not angry.
No.
I'm calm.
It's Christmas.
I think my issue might lie with the fact that that situation would never happen. Not to me. I'm not talking about to me. It wouldn't happen to me. But I'm saying, if people on the street...
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
When you're walking round,
as
I do in London and you do in arse end of Nowhereville, right? How many people do you see just randomly talking to each other like that? No one, because we're British and that's not how we do it.
Yeah, I know.
I admit, maybe in America, Liam.
Yeah.
Possibly in the US of A, where everyone is cheerful and everything's fine all the time.
Well,
maybe.
They're not, because obviously the politics at the moment, like, not to bring the tone down.
That was sort of the joke there, Liam, but thank you for pointing it out. Thanks for that, buddy. It doesn't happen, Liam.
No.
So, it doesn't matter that you're wearing headphones, because it's not going to happen. You also have a girlfriend, and the only situation you're pointing to is women.
Yeah, I'm using situations to kind of get you to see from my perspective why it's a good thing
okay.
to be.
Don't worry about that. Just tell me why you actually aren't wearing headphones. For you.
Okay, it makes you a more viable target for a mugging.
What, headphones?
Yeah.
Alright, where are you... The thing with muggings is you have to be somewhere where you don't get mugged in broad daylight when you're surrounded by people.
Yeah, well, you know, London, there's a lot of crime in London.
I've had more problems outside of London than I've ever had inside London.
I mean,
this is your paranoia, because you know that you have a issue with cities based on your weird assumptions of how they work.
Yeah. What else? Like, traffic. You can't hear traffic as well.
You have eyes. Sorry, I said that very meanly, Liam. I apologise.
That's fine.
You have eyes.
I do, but they're not brilliant. I wear glasses, so they obviously can't be trusted.
But it just...
I mean, what if it was low light, Jack? The eyes wouldn't
then
be any good.
Then you shouldn't be allowed out.
No, that's why I've got to rely on the ears. I also, one of the, pet peeves is when... I like music loud, but I hate when people listen to music loudly on their headphones so you can hear it.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be that person.
So don't be. Just have quieter music.
Do you know, I would just rather be present and live in life without a
See, that's the thing. I think
distraction.
this might be my problem with this whole thing.
Yeah.
Is that is a heaping load of bullshit, and I know you don't say that.
But the other
I know
thing,
that you're not.
genuinely,
I don't believe you.
The other thing is when you are just walking around and about, let's say you're going to a destination, or maybe you're even returning from a destination. I like to have that time to think about things. You know, just have a little ponder and just get lost in the highway of the mind. Whereas
that's fine, because I do that too when I'm on a walk.
Yeah, but
I just take my headphones off.
Yeah, music can distract from that.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. I take my headphones off and turn off the music.
Yeah, well, I'm just always like that.
But I'm saying, as a solution to you not wanting to hear Christmas music, right? Because I don't imagine you're walking around Tesco's going, now's the time for me to have deep Liam time.
No, but okay, if I'm walking around Tesco's, I might, be with Kat, so I'll need to actually listen to what
well, that's fine. Then don't listen to
dinner.
The music. Listen to your girlfriend.
One is not, drowning out the other, unfortunately. Now, in that scenario, I'm not sure which way round I would prefer it to be. And you have hit on a very interesting dilemma. Would
you rather listen to Kat or the Christmas music very early?
Well, that is an interesting... I don't have an answer for you right now, Jack.
I'm worried, Liam, that our positive Christmas episode is instead of arguing with each other, I feel like we're being mean to Kat.
No, it's fine. Here's the thing. So I'm gonna have to if I'm at Tesco's and I'm with her, and she's gonna be like, "Oh, what do you want for dinner?" And I'll be like, "I don't know. What do you want?" She's like, "I don't know." And then we'll have a big argument about it. So that I can't. If I then put headphones in,
I do love that image.
It's not going to go well for me.
No, it won't.
So I honestly, I don't think there's a good scenario for me to be listening to music. So I kind of have to endure the shops and their Christmas music. That's just the tip of the iceberg, though, to why I dislike Christmas. There's a lot of reasons. One of them, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, I know it's Christmassy, so we fucking love Christmas, but also we don't, because you have to do things that you wouldn't do any other time of the year.
Go on. What do you have to do, Liam?
Go to office Christmas parties.
Do you have to go to them?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I don't know about where you work, but where I work, it's hugely frowned upon if you don't go to team events. And unfortunately, office Christmas party counts as a team event.
Is it though? I know I don't know, so it could be legitimately frowned upon.
You know,
is it just you being paranoid?
No, it is. I think it's the sort of thing where, put it this way, if you're not there and you don't have a very good reason for not being there, like illness or something, it's definitely noticed. It's noticed by management, and it's not it's the sort of thing that they can necessarily fire you over.
Yeah, no, they legally cannot fire you for not going to the Christmas party, Liam.
It is the sort of thing that oh, you're not a team player, so now these opportunities that might have come your way might go to Jim's direction, because he was at the party and he had a great time.
I just don't know. That sounds so much like the plot in a film that it makes me question whether it's a real thing or whether it's your delusional inability to separate plots of films from the real world.
We don't know, but I did go to my office Christmas party because I didn't really have a choice, and
okay,
it was an open bar, so it wasn't a disaster.
Yep. How much did you drink?
I stopped counting after 10 double JDs and Cokes.
That's a lot.
I mean, yeah, considering I was only there for like 4 hours in total.
That is a lot.
Yeah, I was live tweeting the night as well, so if you're following us on Twitter, and details for how you can do that later on, you would have seen sort of just a gradual mental breakdown.
So what did you do? What was your party like?
So they rented out a barn where...
A barn?
Yeah, a barn where
Okay.
it was like attached to a pub, and some famous boxer used to box there, so there was lots of pictures of him in like a little room.
Okay.
Yeah, so one of the people who works for my team decided to DJ.
Oh, good. That's always positive.
Yeah. That kind of should just tell you... there were some team building exercises, like...
At an office Christmas party?
Yeah. Like, we all played rock, paper, scissors. I genuinely wish I was making this up.
Oh.
Yeah, so the way it was is... here's how they did it. You all picked a partner, you all played rock, paper, scissors, and then whoever won, the loser had to, like, cheer for that person. So then when that person would go on and play the next one, whoever won, you all then cheered for that. So the idea behind it was eventually you'd have 2 people left with, like, 2 halves, each cheering for the other person. It just didn't quite pan out that way because people very quickly got bored and just kind of gave up.
Yeah. It sounds horrible.
It sounds like the sort of thing that they would come up with. Maybe if your management had, like, American influences.
I don't understand, because I also have done the Christmas office party, right?
Yeah.
My one, we got the drinks were on the house sort of thing.
Yeah.
We got this downstairs basement of a pub all to ourselves.
Yeah.
And what we did was we walked in, the guy set up the tab, and then we all got shit-faced and just chatted together. And it was good. Why did your office do this other thing?
I don't know. That wasn't all they did. They had a competition for who was the most festive dressed. Oh, in each of these things, the winner got like a $50 gift card.
Oh, that's all right.
It is, except... So yeah, you have a competition for who's most festive dressed, but at no point before the party was that ever, like, announced. So it was like a happy accident if you won. Because do you know what I mean? If there was like, oh, by the way, whoever is most festive dressed, here's a $50 gift card, I might have actually tried to dress a bit festive.
Yeah, surely that's what you're meant to do. Is you're meant to say to people,
yeah,
there's a festive dressed contest.
Yeah, so that was stupid. There was another contest. There was 5 in total. I can't remember all of them, thankfully. Another one was who can tell the most embarrassing story about another team member.
Oh, I thought you were going to say about yourselves, and then I was like, well, you've won that one.
I didn't participate in that one, to be honest.
You should have, because what you could have done is whoever told an embarrassing story about you, you could have just turned to them afterwards and gone, you don't even know the half of it, mate. That was shit.
I just honestly only like 4 people participated in that one, and here's the other thing: the people that were all involved were having a big laugh, and it was like, oh, ha ha ha. But like, you know, when there's an in joke and you're not a part of it, so it's just not at all funny.
Yeah,
it was like that.
It sounds horrible so far.
Yes.
The only good thing is the free alcohol.
Yeah,
so that's a positive.
And if it wasn't for Christmas, I wouldn't have had to have gone to that shit.
I don't think you can blame Christmas for that, though, because that doesn't sound like a normal Christmas party.
It doesn't. There was also something else that bothered me. There were 4 different people, and on each occasion, I would start speaking to someone, we'd get like 10, 15, maybe 20 minutes into a conversation, and then they would leave the party. And
the party?
Yeah, the whole party. So like the first time that happened, it was like, oh yeah, I live the other side of London, and I've got to drive, so I'm not drinking, so I'm going to go now. I was like, okay, fair enough. And then next person, I was like, well, this is a bit weird. By the 4th person, I genuinely started to feel like, was I doing something wrong?
You'd have to be doing something so bad that they didn't just go, oh, I don't want to talk to Liam anymore. They were literally like, I have to leave.
Yeah. 4 people.
That's insane.
Yeah. It wasn't fun. It wasn't how I would choose to spend a Thursday evening, for example.
No, that's understandable. I understand that. That sounds like a horrible Christmas party. I wouldn't have enjoyed it.
No, but I'm pleased that you had a good one.
Yeah, I had a great one.
What did you talk about?
I'll be honest, Liam. I remember most of the night.
Yep.
But I don't really remember what I was talking about. I think maybe at one point I had my arm around someone, like chatting to them, but I don't know if I actually did, and I don't remember what I was telling him about.
Okay.
I also know that I left the party as it was like the pub had rung last orders, and I was like, oh, I've got to make sure I get my last train as well. So I left, and I know that I left 2 pretty much undrunk drinks because we had been told by the guy that set up the tab for us, like halfway through the night, he was quite drunk and just was like, not halfway through the night, it was towards the end. He was like, we've just hit the halfway limit on our tab. So I was just like, well, every time someone asks me if I want a drink, I'm going to say yes.
Fair enough.
But yeah, no, it was good. You know, everyone just chatted. You talk to people that you like and know, and
See, that's
no
something
one
that
made
I
us
don't
play
have
rock,
at
paper,
work.
scissors.
I don't really have people that I like and know at work because I very rarely actually go into the office.
Yeah, what you need to try and do is get some people that you like, because
No, because I'll talk
I
to
don't
them
like
for
a
20
lot of
minutes and
people.
then they'll leave.
yeah, don't do it at the Christmas party.
I can't be bothered.
Yeah, that's the problem, mate.
Yeah, honestly, better idea. Let's just knock Christmas on the head and say, look, we tried it. It didn't work out. Done.
Or just don't go to the Christmas party.
That's not an option.
Yes, it is. You had the solution at the beginning of this conversation. You said something, Liam, and I went, he's got it.
What?
There's the solution. You said, unless you have a very good excuse,
Yeah,
like you're really ill.
yeah.
Tell them you're ill, Liam.
What if they check on me?
What? Sorry, check on you.
I don't know.
What are you worried they're going to do? Knock on your door?
Yeah.
Management come round like, Liam, we heard you were ill, so we brought the party to you. Wait a minute. You're not sick?
Exactly.
That's insane.
It just, honestly, and the other thing is, it wasn't just my team. It was like 3 other teams that, for some reason, they just all were put together for this party.
Not actual teams that were, like, connected.
They probably are connected, but I don't really know how.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, so that was Christmas. But you know, I've also found this year, I think, because we've very recently moved and we're still unpacking, I just feel like I haven't quite got my head around Christmas yet. Like, I'm still kind of looking around, being like, wait, have I actually got everyone's presents? I feel like I'm missing something, but I don't know what. It's very discombobulating.
I think the issue is it sounds like you're one of the people, like, I'm not worried about the fact that I've not got everyone their presents yet.
I mean, you've got like 3 days left to really do that.
Yeah, and I'm fine with that.
Okay.
I will get it sorted. Christmas will be fine. I won't forget anyone's presents.
What have you got me for Christmas?
I'm not getting you anything.
Hang on, this is the Christmas special where everything's Christmassy and lovely.
Oh, do you want me to lie?
I mean, no, I want you to get me
I'm
something.
getting you, Liam,
Yeah.
a signed copy
Oh, yeah.
of
yeah.
the Santa Claus trilogy.
I wouldn't hate that. Who's signing it?
Tim Allen.
Okay, I wouldn't mind that.
Yeah, no, that'd be good.
Yeah, thank you, Jack.
No problem, buddy.
I
What are you
would
getting me?
Well, here's the thing. I would have personally preferred if that was like a surprise. So when I opened it, I could have been all like, "Oh wow!" And then
No, Liam.
Yeah,
People are listening to this episode on Boxing Day.
yeah.
This isn't. We're after Christmas, buddy. What did you get me for Christmas?
Well, I can't tell you that because it will
No,
ruin
you
the
can, because
surprise.
we're on the Boxing Day, Liam. We aren't allowed to record
Oh,
this
I
episode.
got you strippers.
Thank you.
It's all right.
It's very kind of you.
I'm allowed to watch.
Oh, no, that's not a present for me, then.
It's really not, no.
I don't want to watch the
but-
Santa Claus trilogy with you.
But if Kat asks, that is a present for you, Jack.
Okay. I see what I understand.
Look, she said she wanted to be mentioned more. She's brought this on herself.
Yeah, you're going to regret that, Kat. I'm sorry.
I went to the cinema. You'll never guess what.
You went to the cinema, and now you're going to tell us...
I did that in the wrong way round.
You did. It's really confusing.
I went to the cinema. No, you'll never guess what. I went to the cinema, and now it's time for Liam went to the cinema, and here's Liam's spoiler-free reviews of the things that he saw at the cinema that he went to.
Oh, go on.
me, I got that
What did you
right.
see, Liam?
I saw Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them.
Okay.
Because after we did that Harry Potter stuff for Kat's birthday, I then bought all the films, and every weekend we'd watch 1 or 2. And obviously with Fantastic Beasts coming out, we just sort of timed it all nicely. Wasn't a fan.
No?
The thing is, to me it feels like the reason why they're doing it is to pander to this American audience, which, look, I get it. There's an American audience who have grown up watching these Harry Potter films, who have kind of been like, wow, that's amazing, and like, England gets this wonderful thing, what about us, kind of thing. And now, like, Fantastic Beasts is like, well, look, it's 1920s, it's set in, I think, New York, here's your fucking wizards and shit.
Yeah, no, I get that. I haven't seen it.
Yeah, so
But
I get why this exists. The thing is, to me, that isn't a strong enough foundation for making a good movie on.
No, I mean, the first worrying sign about this film was when they announced the name, and I was like, oh, that's weird, because that was that Red Nose Day book.
Yeah, which is
like
a tiny...
20 pages long,
Yeah.
and is just a list of all the magical creatures, which I like.
Yeah.
But I was like, that's odd, because
Yeah.
that's not a story.
No.
And then it's like, yeah, it's like based on that, sort of.
Yeah. The second
Right.
second worrying thing is when they tell you it's the first part in a 5-part series.
5-part?
Yep.
Oh, Jesus.
Yep.
Here's the thing. I love Harry Potter. I was a huge Harry Potter fan. I read all the books, went and saw all the films. I'm kind of done with Harry Potter. I
Yeah.
know there are people that aren't. I know that there are people who are super fans who still, watch it all the time, all that stuff. I'm done with it.
When you say that though, like if Harry Potter was on, you'd still enjoy it, right? Like
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
like how I'm done with... Yeah, by done with, I mean, not like I'm cutting it out of my life.
yeah, you
Just
don't need
that-
new
No.
stuff.
Harry Potter has finished.
Yeah.
Let's just leave it alone.
And I think that's what they should have done, but I guess like J.K. Rowling needed an extension or something. So
I'd see... That's bullshit. Don't blame the author.
well, she
these things.
scripted it. She scripted
Yeah,
this film.
yeah. Did she do it all on her own without the studio going, "We want you to do another film," or did she do it after the studio went, "Hey, remember how Harry Potter made us a ton of money?"
Right, if I'm remembering
again.
this rightly, it was a conversation between her and I think the producer, and she said that she'd been like toying around with this idea, and then she wrote it into a script. I might be remembering that wrong, but that's what I vaguely recall hearing or reading or something.
Right.
So yeah, I'm gonna blame her because at the end
Well,
of
we
the
don't
day,
know for sure.
no, but at the end of the day, she was quite smart in keeping a lot of control over the licensing and stuff. So
Yeah.
she 100% was in a position where if a movie should have gone to her, oh, we want to make 5 more films because they make us bank, she could have gone, nah, I don't want that.
Yeah,
So yeah, I'm going to blame her. And
I'm going to blame the studios.
the other thing is, so Eddie Redmayne plays the main character, Newt Scamander or something. I should have looked this
Okay.
up. I don't really like him.
What else has he done?
He was in The Theory of Everything. He was in
Oh, okay, yeah.
The Danish Girl. Like, he's an Oscar winner.
Yeah.
But to me, and alright, I'm going to say that, I'm going to put my neck on the line here and say something that maybe will ruffle a few feathers. But to me, he's like a poor man's Matt Smith. You know, Doctor Who Matt Smith.
Yeah. I just don't have an opinion on this.
Right, so
So I'm not like going to jump to your defense and be like, I agree with you, Liam, because I don't know.
yeah, no, he's just like it just all of it was just ridiculous. Like,
Yeah.
like some of the special effects were good, I guess. It's one of those films, right? And I'll be talking about another one. Okay, it didn't really need to exist,
Okay. Yeah, I can see that.
and unfortunately, that's not the only film I've seen this month or this week, whatever, where I would say that. So there is one thing that the film does do well, okay? There's a load of stuff. So it all starts with these creatures like escaping from his magical suitcase and like causing havoc around New York, and he has to go and sort of round them all up. Bit Pokemon-y, you know.
He's got to catch them all.
Yeah. That
Some of them are
bit-
shinies.
They might be, yeah. That bit was quite fun. But you know how like the Harry Potter series, it starts off quite whimsical, quite fun, and then it sort of gradually gets darker after like film 3. This one was like, you know what, the whole dark stuff, a lot of people like that, so we're going to have like half the film all whimsical and fun and catching these magical creatures, and then this other half is going to be about we're going to like try and rope in like the Salem witch trials and that kind of thing and get things very dark and serious and boring.
Oh, okay.
So
I assume it's not... Is it tied to Voldemort and stuff?
it's tied to Grindelwald.
Which one's he?
He's the one who, basically in the backstory, Dumbledore had like a big kind of spar with him. I think they were friends, and then they had a big falling out. And I think at one point he might have had the Elder Wand. It's alluded to in the books. It's alluded to that this kind of happened around the same time that World War II happened, and it's never quite made clear, like if one is a byproduct of another or not in this universe.
Yeah.
So like, and that is definitely like an interesting thing that's alluded to. But I feel like that allusion is enough. We don't need that expanded upon. Like it's almost better to have mystery there.
Yeah.
To kind of, I think one of the issues with films these days is they're just fucking desperate to fill in all of the blanks.
Yes.
It's like, if you have a question about something, like, don't worry, we'll do a fucking spin-off and that will answer that question. And like, to be honest...
Yeah, no, I agree. It's like, it's my biggest fear of the new Blade Runner film that's been announced.
Yeah.
Like, I love Blade Runner.
Same.
And I really want this new one to be good.
Yeah.
But, like, there's that whole thing at the end of the first one where it's like, was he actually one of the robots or
it's
not?
It's left really ambiguously.
So the fact that we know that he's in this next film makes me really fucking worried that they're just going to be like, Deckard was a robot, hunt him down. And I'll be like, no, fuck you, what are you doing?
Even on the flip side, if they're like, no, he's not a robot, it's still annoying because it's better not knowing.
Because it's answering a question that is an interesting question and makes you rewatch that film and be like, is he?
Yeah. So, okay, so Fantastic Beasts, because of the fun with the magical creatures, 2.5 out of 5.
It's low.
It is low. I'm going to jump ahead to, because it all just ties in very nicely to what we just discussed. The next film, Rogue One, a Star Wars story.
Well, I don't want you to talk too much about this because I'm seeing it on Thursday.
Obviously, well, we know this is spoiler-free, but I'm going to be particularly brief with this one.
Thank you.
You know how I said with Fantastic Beasts, it kind of like... or not necessarily, like, the whole Grindelwald stuff, it answers a question that didn't really need answering.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about Rogue One.
Yeah, well, from what I understand of what the story is, it does seem like it's a redundant-ish film.
Yeah, like, again, without going into spoilers, I think people are aware that this story basically explains the opening crawl in Episode 4.
Yeah.
Where it talks about the rebellion and how they've got the plans for the Death Star. That's what this film is about.
Yep.
I won't say anything more than that. Just, again, for me, the opening crawl was enough. Like, I liked the fact that I didn't know the whole story around that because I didn't feel like I really needed to.
Yeah, I mean, that one's less of a, this is an interesting mystery, and more of a, we've skipped over it because it's not drastically important that you know it.
Exactly.
It's like no one left, or at least, I haven't seen people talking about Star Wars and being like, I just really want to know where they got the details for the Death Star.
Yeah, it's one of those things, like this is a film that I feel like didn't need to be made. It's literally, like Fantastic Beasts, just made to make money from the fans. And I'm getting kind of... I was speaking to Kat afterwards, because she's not the biggest Star Wars fan, and she came out of it absolutely not at all pleased with this film. And I just... It's getting to a stage now with big blockbusters that I feel like you so know what you're getting before you go, it's starting to become, what is the point of going? Because the things that they might do differently, like the big spectacles or whatever, they'll generally show you in the trailers anyway. So I'm just getting to a stage where I feel like with cinema, the indie stuff is a lot more interesting at the moment.
It does depend on what you're going for, though. Because you and me have very different outlooks on what we want from the cinema.
That's a very good point. If you just want mindless blockbuster popcorn entertainment, sure. But if you want something that you haven't seen
pretentious,
before...
arty, bollocksy shit, then yeah, go to the indie world.
Or something that you haven't seen before. Because...
No, I didn't count... It's the Christmas episode, Liam.
Yeah, we're not arguing.
So you can't argue with me.
No.
So I let you say your little bullshit about blockbusters. So you let me say my stuff about indie films.
Yeah, I'm not stopping you from saying anything.
Don't argue me down. We're accepting it. Blockbusters are stupid, mindless bullshit.
Yeah.
Indie films are pretentious, arty films.
Yeah,
sorted.
That's Christmas.
Thank you. Merry Christmas.
Rogue One, a Star Wars story, 3 out of 5.
That's better than Fantastic Beasts, so...
It is.
That's a positive, I guess.
But, I mean, put it this way, okay? And this is going to be something that I think, once you've seen it, you'll massively disagree with me about. But, when watching the film, I came to the realisation that I actually preferred Revenge of the Sith to Rogue One.
Yeah? Okay.
So, like, the other thing is, like, one of the things, I was quite excited for it, and I'd seen a lot of positive buzz on Twitter. Like, nothing spoilery, just a lot of people being like, oh my god, it was really good. I think even, like, I saw a tweet from Will Wheaton, where he said he hasn't been so excited about seeing a Star Wars film since 1977, after he first saw, the first Star Wars film. So, I'm just saying, like, manage expectations when you go in, because I feel like you'll love it.
Yeah, I probably will.
Yeah. But... pretentious, indie... What was it? What was your description?
Pretentious, indie, arty. No, pretentious, arty bullshit, I think was the...
Leads me to my third film.
Okay.
There's a film called Lion, which, based on a true story...
okay.
It's like an Australian film. It's kind of told in two halves. You get this... I'm going to, like, just absolutely butcher where all these people are from if I don't look it up. So bear with me.
Okay.
Because it's the sort of thing where it's like, I don't want to get it wrong. Alright, here we go. So, I will give you the IMDb plot summary. A 5-year-old Indian boy gets lost on the streets of Calcutta, thousands of kilometres from home. He survives many challenges before being adopted by a couple in Australia. 25 years later, he sets out to find his lost family. So it's based on a true story. Film split in half. You get one half where it's the 5-year-old who is played by a newcomer called Sunny Pawar. Maybe pronounced that wrong, but he's brilliant. He's very good.
Yeah.
And it's all about how, like, the first half of the film is kind of how he gets to being adopted, okay? How he goes from being separated from his family and lost to being adopted. And you would think, like, I've seen this film advertised quite a lot because they seem to show it before every single film in the cinema. The way it's told is very, like, there's no flourishes to it. It's not like the director hasn't, like, sprinkled in a load of flashbacks or anything like that. It's literally, first half of the film is this bit, second half is the 25 years later stuff.
Oh, okay.
And I think by presenting the story in that kind of, like, manner where you're not distracted by all of the flashbacks and then going forward in time and stuff, it lets the story sink in more.
Yeah, I guess. So you're sort of experiencing it in the actual timeline.
Yeah, in a, like, chronological manner. Yeah.
Yeah.
So in 25 years later, the same kid who's called Saru is played by Dev Patel, who I always just, like, associate with Skins. So I remember watching him in that, and it's so weird seeing, like, the little, like, gawky kid from Skins, like, one, doing an Australian accent and doing it well, and two, like, actually acting really well.
Yeah.
And it's like there's a lot of guilt that he's living with by the fact that his family doesn't know what happened to him or where he is or if he's even still alive.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it. I wasn't expecting to enjoy it as much as I did. It's not
Is
like,
it a tearjerker?
for me, it wasn't. I wouldn't say it's like an amazing film or anything. It's just, again, it was kind of different. You know, it was a story that you can kind of predict how it's going to go. So for that reason, it's like 3.5 out of 5 and not higher. But still, seeing the way it played out, it was, you know, my film of the week, if you will.
Fair enough. Yeah.
If you're sick of all the blockbuster shit, check this out. It's called Lion. And one of the things I will say is, like, I got like 2/3 of the way into the film, and I was like, I still don't know why it's called Lion. And when you find out why it's called Lion, oh, it's so good. It's so satisfying.
If he makes friends with the talking lion, then I'm on board.
Unfortunately, there are actually no lions in this film.
Well, what are you talking about?
But the reason why it's called Lion is still really satisfying.
When he's a 5-year-old, does he travel through a wardrobe and end up in a mystical land? And then an evil queen tries to make him eat Turkish delights, but then Aslan saves him.
What are Turkish delights?
I've never had just a Turkish delight by itself.
Yeah.
But I've had Cadbury's did a bar that had, like, Turkish delight in the chocolate.
Okay.
It's from what I understand, it's like a sort of, it's not jelly. It's harder than jelly. But you know, it's that kind of thing. It's all. I don't know.
Is it like what Jelly Babies are made out of?
Yeah, I think so. But I think
Okay.
it's probably got, like, its own specific taste. And we're probably, you know, all the Turkish delight fans that listen to us are going to be in uproar, being like, "Don't be ridiculous, Jack. Cadbury's never. Their one was not Turkish delight. It was bullshit."
Yeah.
Maybe we should try Turkish delight, Liam.
It could be one of the, like, you know, like we did the nerds tried a new thing when we went to Shocktoberfest.
The next one will be we tried Turkish delight.
I mean, I feel like we could both handle that better.
Oh yeah, it sounds a lot better than being forced to develop a fear of chainsaws.
Definitely. Yeah, it's not like that, but, you know, it's still good.
Fair enough.
And that's it for Leon. Have you been to cinema at all?
No, I'm going on Thursday.
Are you going? So did your friends wait for you in the end, or were they just
No.
They've gone tonight.
They're all there tonight.
Yeah.
It's alright, because what I've said is, I was like, well, no one's going to, like, they're all going to see it. One of them was like, oh, I'll come see it with you again on Thursday.
Yeah.
And I was like, don't worry about it, because you've all seen it, I'm not going to come down to Sutton and see it. I'll go to Leicester Square, maybe go to IMAX.
Oh, that's one thing I wanted to mention.
Go on.
I saw Rogue One in box seating.
Oh, God, yeah, you were telling me about this thing. Did you? So you've now found out officially what it is?
Yeah. It's okay. So what it is, it's like a room that I guess it sort of sits, like, I guess, kind of either above or below where the projection booth is.
Yeah.
So you're kind of out of the actual theatre, if you will. You've got a room which seats, like, I think it's 16 to 20 people. It has its own volume control in the room, and you're behind like a glass box, I would say it's worth doing if you can fill those seats with like friends and stuff. Like if you wanted to have like a film party for some reason.
Yeah.
But otherwise, like it didn't really add anything to the experience.
No, yeah, it was always going to be that, mate.
Yeah, and like the other thing is you do feel really far away from the screen.
Yeah, that was the big thing that I was like,
Yeah.
this sounds like a bad thing.
Yeah, so like...
Because like the best seats, everyone's sort of agreed, right? The best seats are the centre of the cinema.
Yeah, so like...
Or slightly back from centre.
Yeah, I always
can
try
never
and
remember.
get the aisle seat, row J.
Okay. You're an aisle seat person.
Yeah, now...
I like middle. I like going straight. Or is that aisle seat for you? Because, you know, some have an aisle in the middle.
Yeah, no, sorry, so my cinema has the aisle in the middle.
Oh, okay, cool, yeah.
Yeah. So that's why I like aisle. I don't like sitting on the end. Like, okay, so the plus to sitting on the end is once you're there, you can relax because you know you've not got anyone like walking in front of you and you have to like move your legs out of the way and all that sort of fucking acrobatic shit. But I feel like you're looking at the screen at such an angle normally, and you've got like sound coming a lot louder from one half than the other.
Yeah.
Aisle is the answer.
Yeah, no, I agree.
I mean, and look at that, a Christmas miracle. We agree on something.
We've actually agreed. Yay!
So, you know, ho ho ho.
It's Santa's gift to you all.
Yeah. So I don't know about you, but I'm pretty much done for catching up with.
Yep, I think that's it.